Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jesse Lang. I'm the vocal music director. That was the Heights High Women's Barbershoppers. Thank you. We just got back from our tour out to Los Angeles, where they were rated as outstanding for their first time out. So it's official. Those ladies are outstanding. The gentleman behind me also traveled with them and also received the ranking of outstanding. We want to say thank you very much for allowing us to be here tonight, and we really hope you enjoy the presentation. This is the Heights High Men's Barbershoppers.
You're all of the world to me, my love. You make everything so fine. Oh, you make my dreams reality, and with you, life is divine. It's so divine. Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make-believe. What is a muslin tree? Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if I had all your love. It's not make-believe, I've got all your love.
Well, that was wonderful. Good evening. I would like to take this time to welcome you all to the State of Schools Address. My name is Hidayah Box. These past 7 years in the CHOA School District have been nothing short of amazing. From starting 3rd grade at Garrity to being a part of the last graduating 8th grade class from Wiley Middle School to now being a part of the first graduating class from the new Cleveland Heights High School. As my senior year comes to an end, I am very excited for the next chapter of my life. I'm exploring majors in either English or biology, but no pressure because I've been told it'll change about 5 times. In a couple short months, I'll be taking my first steps on my home for the next 4 years, Hiram College. There is not one part of me that won't miss Heights, from the school to the faculty to the community itself. But I know these past 7 years have prepared me to succeed in anything I set my mind to. Before our presentation begins, I would like to take this time to ask the elected officials joining us from Cleveland Heights, University Heights, and Euclid Heights to please stand and be recognized. With your constant support, This school, oh, thank you. Your support allows our district and students like me to have the opportunity to achieve greatness. Thank you. And thank you to the PTA Council. You people are wonderful for co-hosting this event tonight. Working with our teachers, you guys are some of the greatest advocates we have here. If you have volunteered with PTA or any other parent group, could you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. I'm honored to be here tonight to introduce my superintendent, Dr. Talisa Dixon. Dr. Dixon is currently serving her 4th year with the CHUH schools. In that time, she has led the district in our 5-year strategic plan, which ensures students' readiness for not only college, but career. And sets high expectations for everyone connected with our schools. She has established an unprecedented equity policy set to empower each and every student. And Dr. Dixon is constantly emphasizing creating a culture of excellence, encouraging our teachers and staff to do the very best for us every single day. And I could be a personal testimony to that because I see it on a daily. Dr. Dixon is highly engaged in our local community, currently serving on the Cleveland Metro American Heart Association's Board of Directors, and an executive and governing board and executive committee for MSTAN and the board of directors for the Positive Education Program. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Dixon. Thank you.
Well, it's just a fantastic feeling and honor to be the first graduating class in the New Heights High building.
The next year is huge. Going to the new high school, I was a product of Cleveland Heights High School, so moving to a new high school for me is exciting.
Why is public education important?
Public is inspiring. Public is thoughtful.
Public is togetherness, public is family.
Public is community.
Public schools are for everyone. I think public school is the future. And what I mean by that is not the year 2030. What I mean is it's your own personal future. It's your opportunity to change your timeline and decide where you want to go and what you want to be. Because the opportunities of this school, of two schools like this, are just infinite.
I think also public education for me is acceptance, being able to come here and find what you're good at and to find the group that you fit into and belong with.
Even if you're not like outwardly confident, I think you're confident in who you are as a person, and everyone knows who they are. Even if you don't think you do and you're still trying to search for like the one thing that you'd like to do in life, everybody knows that there is a place where they belong.
Public is engaging. Public is unpredictable.
Public is real problems. Public is solving those problems.
Public is our responsibility. Public is our mandate.
No matter what the background, no matter socioeconomics, no matter where you come from, but public is open to all.
Public is public.
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank Yedaya for that wonderful introduction. You're a great representation of Tiger Nation, and we can't wait to see what's going to happen to you in the future. Congratulations on your pending graduation from high school. So every time I see that video, it just gives me chills. Those are such powerful words that are coming from our teachers and our students, talking about not only what Heights High means to them, but what public education means to them as well. And that's what my address tonight centers on, public education in our community. It seems everywhere we look these days, Public schools are facing a barrage of obstacles to overcome, from school choice vouchers to high-stakes testing to dwindling resources to serve our neediest families. CHUH is certainly not immune to any of these issues. Our school system is bearing the burden of policies placed upon us from Columbus all the way to Washington. Each year, we lose millions of public dollars to private school vouchers. Each year, we'll put our students through a vast array of standardized tests. And each year, we must find new ways to help our families overcome barriers to their students achieving academic success. These obstacles may slow us down in our pursuit of excellence, but they will not define us in Cleveland Heights University High School District. We are continually striving to innovate, inspire, and lead the charge into the future of public education. So what does this look like? It's preparing our students to think for themselves and to be independent learners. Let's just not graduate our students. Let's prepare them to succeed in college and career. Let's ensure our students are mastering our own chosen curriculum rather than teach to tests created from afar. Let us provide equitable resources so that a child's success is not dependent on their race, ethnicity, gender, or economic status. Let's empower our families to be active partners in their children's education. Let us hold our staff to high standards because our community's children deserve nothing but excellence from us. Let's innovate with technology to take our classrooms beyond their traditional four walls and out into the world. So how do we know that we're on the right path to achieving all of this? In Cleveland Heights, University Heights, we're fortunate to be guided by a strategic plan that was born out of extensive feedback from a variety of stakeholders: teachers, staff, students, families, community members, and civic leaders. The 5 goals included in this plan, taken separately, address all of the topics I just listed. Taken together, these goals intertwine to guide our district into the future as we work to achieve our mission of preparing all students to succeed in college and career. Our success depends on how well we achieve these strategic goals. So tonight, I want to share with you our progress on these goals and how they will help us meet the needs of every student. So goal 1. The reason that there is goal 1 of our strategic plan is, as a district, our top priority is student achievement. We want our students to learn, to grow, to move confidently from one academic achievement to the next. I apologize for that. Just as it has been in public education for the past 200 years, our goal is to graduate prepared students. We're striving to reach a 90% graduation rate by the year 2020. As you can see on the screen, we are trending upwards toward this goal, both in the 4-year and the 5-year cohorts. In fact, we have already surpassed 90% in the 5-year rate. However, our goal should not stop at merely certifying that a student has completed the necessary work, handing her a piece of paper, and wishing her luck as she walked out the door. No, our goal is for our students to master our curriculum and capitalize on the opportunities given to them, so that when a student leaves our doors, she is taking more than a diploma with her. She is taking an education that will last her a lifetime, an education that will allow her to succeed in college and career. So how do we accomplish this? By ensuring that all students are ready beyond what a traditional assessment might say. There's a recent initiative by the School Superintendents Association called Redefining Ready. And I encourage you to visit their website at redefiningready.org. And there you will find research-based metrics that are more comprehensive in assessing that students are college ready, such as academic indicators and testing benchmarks. Career ready, such as attendance, workplace experience, and industry credentials. And life ready, which can be summed up as grit. This is a lens that we as a district must use to determine our success in preparing our students for life beyond Heights High. More than 75% of those students will attend post-secondary schools from the nation's most selective academic institutions, our local colleges and universities. We must prepare them by challenging them with increased academic rigor and by exposing them to many college opportunities out there. So this year, 253 of our students in grades 10 and 12 are taking at least one advanced placement course. 115 Heights High students are enrolled in dual credit college course during the first semester. And last year, our students earned a combined $11 million in college scholarships. So our students are doing some amazing things. In addition to this great work being done to prepare our students for college, a large number of our students will leave Heights High ready to pursue a career. Our robust career and technical educational program is here to get them started on that journey. This year, we expanded our CTE consortium to include Bedford, Maple Heights, in addition to Shaker, Warrensville Heights, and Cleveland Heights. Now our students have an opportunity to earn professional certificates, industry-recognized credentials, and college credit in 23 unique programs. For example, our criminal justice students can earn a certification from the Ohio Peace Officer Training Academy and work immediately as security guards or TSA agents. Our automotive technology students are immediately employable as mechanics with the ASE certification. Students in our health careers can earn credentials to become a nurse's assistant. And our pharmacy tech students can become certified pharmacy technicians immediately after graduation. I'm proud to say that more than 70% of Heights High students will participate in career tech during their academic career, regardless of their college or career aspirations. And we are continually exploring new opportunities for more students to benefit from this valuable experience. As for the third component of Redefining Ready, I don't think it's a stretch to say that CHUH students leave us with the necessary amount of grit and perseverance to achieve anything that they put their mind to. We must continue to instill with them this growth mindset that empowers them to approach their future with confidence and to dream big. Goal 2. This concept of dreaming big does not come natural to everyone. Our self-expectations are shaped by our surrounding environment, at home, at school, and with our friends. So how do we prepare all of our students to approach a future with confidence? We do that by providing equitable opportunities for all of our students. One of the hallmarks of Cleveland Heights University Heights community is its diversity and richness of culture. Our school district is no different. We are a majority minority district that welcomes students with open arms from all walks of life, regardless of color, orientation, or socioeconomic status. We have a growing refugee population of English language learners who are supported by our peer-to-peer program, as well as our partners with Us Together. We have AFS exchange students from all over the globe, including countries in Africa, Asia, Europe, and South America. In fact, our partnership with AFS is a 60-year tradition that will be celebrated this April when AFS hosts its national convention in Cleveland, which will include an evening right here at Cleveland Heights High School. So although we have a diverse school population, and our data reveals that minority students are not succeeding academically compared to their non-minority peers, so I know what you're thinking. Well, shouldn't we be working on eliminating the achievement gaps between Black and white students? And the answer, I believe, is that we must focus instead on the opportunity gap. And I believe that by ensuring the equity of opportunity across Cleveland Heights, that we would then close the achievement gap. As a result, our district equity work is one of the most important initiatives in our organization. In order for us to best prepare our students, we must get to know them and meet them where they are. We as a district have an ethical and moral obligation to take action on behalf of our students. Our school community first took action with the adoption of a strategic plan in 2015, and that our stakeholders made it clear that equity was a priority. Our Board of Education followed suit by passing an official equity policy in 2016, one of the first of its kind in Northeast Ohio. And then our teachers union took action by including equity as one of its essential trainings in our most recent negotiated agreement. So this equity training is critically important to helping us set a district-wide high expectation for every student. We must identify and change our practices and belief so that each child knows that they're expected to succeed. In order to get this point through, we must embrace community conversations about race that extend beyond the school walls. We must embrace each other's differences and perspectives and how they relate to student expectations. So this is the reason we partnered with Equal Opportunity Schools in 2016 to expand the advanced placement opportunities for all students. When we started the process, EOS identified 335 missing students. And those are students who had the ability to handle the rigor of AP, but did not enroll in any course. I'm glad to report that more than a third of these missing students are now enrolled in at least one AP course at Heights High. Of the remaining 200 or so that are still considered missing, almost half are African American students. So we must continue to focus on eliminating this type of opportunity gap by still raising the bar for all students. This, I know, is a tall task, and we cannot do the work alone, which is why our partnerships in the community and our families are so valuable. So this leads into goal 3. So establishing those community partnerships is critical to our success in the district. It takes so many people to nurture and educate a child from pre-K to high school. And we know that poverty can be a barrier to completing that journey successfully. Partnerships help us overcome these barriers to academic success. And that's why we've partnered with Cleveland Food Bank to provide fresh fruits and vegetables for our families. The Cleveland Clinic Mobile Unit, Health Unit, which provide quality health checks and mobile dentists. And recently with Vision Works to provide free eyeglasses to students. Every child is unique, and working with our partners help ensure that we just don't offer a one-size-fits-all experience. Instead, we're able to meet students where they are and move them forward. Over the past 6 months, our Communities and Schools Task Force has been exploring how we can enhance our community partnerships to accomplish this task. The task force is made up of more than 24 stakeholders, including district staff, community members, and representatives from potential partner agencies. We've partnered with United Way to conduct interviews and focus groups in the community to determine our biggest needs. From health and dental services, mental health agencies, and adult education, to name a few possibilities. With this feedback, the task force will make a recommendation this spring to the Board of Education on the type of wraparound services and delivery model that would be most beneficial to the Cleveland Heights University Heights community. Communities and Schools has proven to be very successful in other communities, most notably Cincinnati, when done correctly. I'm looking forward to seeing what it can do for Cleveland Heights University Heights. The Kiwanis are back in Cleveland Heights University Heights. After a lengthy hiatus, we have recently chartered a new chapter, and I'm thankful for what this partnership will bring for our community and our schools. From the Key Club at the high school, Builders Club at the middle school, and K-Kids in our elementary schools, our students will have an opportunity to do service projects throughout Cleveland Heights University Heights community and beyond. This is directly aligned to our mission of preparing our students to be responsible citizens. And we are looking forward to partnering with the Kiwanis once again. And we've not just been intentionally partnering with our community, we have also been intentionally partnering with our families. So we brought in a family engagement specialist this year to lead our efforts in building capacity of our families and our PTA and support organizations. Our families are partners in providing critical support to our students, and we want to ensure that providing opportunities to work together on behalf of our students' well-being and academic success. We brought in the Ohio PTA to provide training for our PTA leaders last summer, and next year we're so excited that we're going to expand our trainings and have our first Parent University Day, open to all families and covering a multitude of topics. So we know that education is a lifelong journey that extends beyond the hours of 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And oftentimes the most critical part of a student's education is what happens from 3 p.m. to 8 a.m. So as a school district, we must empower our families to continue their students' education beyond the school day and give them the tools to support their students' path to success. Go 4. The theme across our district this year has been creating a culture of excellence. This starts with our staff members who dedicate their careers to serving our students day in and day out. As an organization, we are working to strengthen our engagement with our staff, and we want them to know that they are valued and their work makes a difference every day. One way we're doing this is through our Tiger Team Member of the Month campaign. So beginning last October, we've recognized 12 staff members each month for going above and beyond the call of duty. These outstanding employees were nominated by their peers and have included teachers, administrators, custodians, bus drivers, security monitors, and administrative assistants. All of these people and many others in Cleveland Heights University Heights work to make a difference every day in the lives of our students. In the whirlwind of the school year, we don't always stop and recognize each other and the important work that we do. But I ask everyone to pause for just a moment and think about the 900 plus employees who serve our students every day. And if you are here tonight, one of our employees, I will please ask you to stand and let's give them a round of applause for all of their service. Our employees, I know you're here, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. So not only are we recognizing our staff, we are ensuring that they are well-trained and equipped with the latest skills to educate our students. We have moved from an outdated professional development practice to a conference-style PD days that are facilitated not only by leading presenters, but in many cases, our very own teachers and administrators. At our most recent PD day earlier this month, I had an opportunity to be in the audience for the Heights High School Foundation Shark Tank event. The foundation was offering opportunity grants directly to our educators to fund innovative projects in their classrooms. Much like the popular reality show, the teachers had to pitch their ideas to a panel of sharks in order to receive funding. In the end, the foundation distributed more than $8,000 directly to our classrooms. So thank you to the Heights Foundation. It is this type of innovation, both from our educators' ideas and from our supporting organizations, that we move our district forward. We have excellent staff who are working tirelessly on behalf of our students, and I'm proud to lead this organization as we strive to create a culture of excellence in CHUH. And our last goal, Goal 5. When it comes to innovation, the topic of technology immediately comes to mind. CHUH has long been a pioneer in equipping students and staff with the latest technology. Last year was no different as we moved to a complete Google environment across the district. This included using Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs, and most importantly, Google Classrooms. We have nearly 500 active Google Classrooms across the district. Teachers and students as young as first graders are using Google Classroom app 24/7 to communicate, collaborate, and exchange digital assignments. During the school hours, students can use Google Classroom on their Chromebooks. Beyond the school walls, learning is always accessible to our students anytime, on demand, via Google Classroom, on their smartphones, tablets, or their personal computers. So learning never ends. Each of our high school and middle school classrooms have one-to-one technology with student Chromebooks. Beginning next year, our 2nd through 5th grade classrooms in all of our elementary school will also be one-to-one with Chromebooks. It is our job as a district to equip our students with the latest technology, both to support learning now and to cultivate the skills that they need to succeed in the future. So when it comes to technology, I'm sure I don't have to remind you that that's included in this beautiful building that we're now in. So Heights High is a true showpiece for Cleveland Heights University Heights. And I cannot thank our community enough for investing in our students with this facility. So let's give our community, let's give you all a hand. Thank you. In the coming weeks, renovations will begin at Monticello and Roxborough Middle Schools. I know those buildings will not match the breadth of the Heights High renovation, but we have focused our efforts on resources to improve the instructional spaces for our staff and our students. So when the renovations are completed in 2019, every classroom in Monticello and Roxborough would have new heating and cooling, paint, flooring, ceilings, lighting, fire alarms, sound reinforcement systems, short throw projectors, and whiteboards. So stretching our financial resources is a constant challenge when it comes to both the facilities projects and general expenditures. So this has made even more difficult in recent years due to the amount of public dollars that are leaving our districts for private and charter school vouchers. So last year alone, our district lost more than $7.5 million to voucher program payments. This total increased by more than $3 million from 2 years earlier. So our Board of Education and I have embraced advocacy in Columbus and Washington to work to stem the tide of public money funding private programs. But in the meantime, we know that these funds are leaving our district. We must find ways to use our finances differently and be creative in how we stretch our taxpayers' dollars. And this is one reason why we switched to Google, which saved us thousands of dollars each year on server costs. It's why we've pushed forward with our Green Apple project, which has saved the districts thousands of dollars in energy costs just by changing our behaviors. And it's why we're aggressively going after grants to generate more resources for our instructional programs. So that $8,000 that I talked about that we gave away at Shark Tank, that was not district fund. Those were gifts and grants that was given to the foundation. So I know that taxes and school funding are a big topic in our community, but rest assured that our district is striving to be responsible with our resources, constantly looking for ways to stretch our dollars as far as possible. So, as I hope you can see, I believe that we're on the right path as CHUH is uniquely positioned to prepare to help our students succeed. Yet, we still have more work to do. Preparing our students for 2020 looks different now than it did when we started the strategic plan 4 years ago. We must consider new ideas, new approaches, and push the envelope to remain at the forefront of public education. This is our opportunity to move our students, our schools, and our district to a new level of excellence and effectiveness. It does not come without obstacles or hardships. But working together as a district and a community, we can do it. This is our time to come together and to continue on the pathway to success. So next, I want to have a conversation about some of those topics and questions that we received from families and community members and staff. So we asked you over the past few weeks to submit your questions online, and it was hard to narrow that down to just a few to address tonight. So if you didn't get a chance to submit your question online, you can do so tonight. We have PTA council representatives who have index cards and pens for you to write on. So we would get to those additional questions if time allows. So this year's PTA council president, Jen Holland, is going to join me now as our Q&A moderator. So let's give her a round of applause for Jen Holland as she comes on stage.
Oh, okay.
Good evening, everybody. I don't know if it's working. Hello, can everybody hear me? Yeah, okay. My name is Jen Holland. I'm the PTA Council President for the district. Have been working with Talisa, or Dr. Dixon, for the past 2 years, actually, and we have such a great partnership. So I thank you very much for your support with all of our PTAs. So the first question we have, so in light of last week's tragedy in Parkland, Florida, what can you tell us about the measures CHUH is taking to ensure the safety of our students and staff members?
Wow. Well, first, can you hear me? I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me? So first, I would I'd like to take this opportunity for us to think about those families and students and staff members in Parkland, Florida. What happened was tragic, and know that they're in our thoughts and our prayers in Cleveland Heights. We have measures in place. We have crisis teams. We have training that's ongoing in our buildings every year. Our schools are required to submit safety plans to the state. Those safety plans are monitored. We also work in partnership with University Heights and Cleveland Heights Police, and they actually review our safety plans at each of our schools, and they have those safety plans at their offices. So I think practicing those drills, families should know that we have the partnerships with the local police, and we have good relationships with them as well. And they are prepared for any, we hope that nothing happens in our district, of course, but we have the necessary tools and protocols in place.
Okay. So the students in Florida have been very vocal in advocating for our lawmakers to address the issue of gun control. CHUH has a long history of activism. I know that because I grew up in Cleveland Heights and I remember those days, especially from our students. How do you, as superintendent, support student activism? And I do want to say, too, there is a national event that's happening. There's a walkout on March 14th, so I'd like to hear from you as far as your support with that.
So you're correct. Cleveland Heights has a tradition of student activists. My first few months here, I had an opportunity to be a part of that when I sat in the auditorium at John Carroll University, and we had some high-tie students who were on stage and talking to the families and people in University Heights and demanding that they should be at Wiley campus. They had a right to be, they had a right to have a good education, and they articulated themselves so well, I was in awe. So we definitely support it. We also have a young student, we have a new crosswalk on Somerton and Lee because of a fifth grader from Boulevard Elementary who saw that it was very important that we had a crosswalk placed there, and he advocated and he worked with the city and we got it done. And we have a new food service vendor because of two little fourth graders from Garrity Elementary who approached me at a board member meeting and said, "Superintendent, you have to do something about our school lunch." So you're right, we have a culture where we created of students who are not afraid to stand for what they believe, and I believe that's important, and we want to encourage that. But we also want to make sure that students understand what they're doing, that they come with a plan and a purpose. They maximize their resources by talking to others who can help lift their agenda, and then they go forward with the plan. So we don't want chaos. We want students to organize themselves in a very distinct way, and they will have the support. So I applaud again those students in Florida, and I would not hinder the students in our community for standing up for what they believe is right. What I will ask, and their administrators will ask, is that they organize and understand what they're doing, why they're doing, and have a plan of action.
Good. My final question is, mental health awareness is a big issue and a big topic in our country right now. It has come up a lot in the recent national discourse. What is the district doing to provide social and emotional supports for students and families?
That's a good question. Our district, we pride ourselves on offering a lot of support for our students. We have almost 40 staff members dedicated that are social workers, psychologists, and guidance counselors who have the expertise to help our students. They are very well trained people, and we've also partnered with local organizations that can provide some additional care after school and for their families. So we know our students are coming from various backgrounds and various circumstances. And part of that is that heavy lifting that we have to do in urban, suburban districts. Because many of our students coming from, different backgrounds, as I stated, and circumstances. And we know that we have to offer something not only for them and for their parents. So our staff is trained to provide those services. And if they can't provide them on site, they immediately know how to connect those families to those partners. So having good partners help. And that's why this Communities and Schools initiative and that task force that you're a part of, thank you, is so important to this community. The school district cannot do all the heavy lifting alone. We need our community partners to assist us with providing services for our families and our students. But quite specifically for our families and with the Communities and School initiatives. If you think about it, we stated that we're helping our families with food, with glasses, with dental care, and mental health care. So we want to be able to provide those services to all of our families, and I believe we're doing a good job, and we can do better, and hopefully with the Communities and Schools model, that we'll be able to extend that, our ability to do that outreach.
Okay. Well, I'm going to turn this over to Ms. Lisa Hunt, who will be taking questions from the audience.
Is hot?
Okay.
Thank you. So we have a little bit of time and a lot of questions. So I'm taking this one without my glasses. You mentioned the money the district loses for Ed Choice vouchers. What is the district doing to proactively stop the money from leaving the district?
Good question. Recruit. We have, our public campaign has been awesome. We have to, to change the narrative. So many people don't understand the valuable programs that we have in the district. We have a long history of great programs, and I think we were not doing a good job telling our story. So that's why we've changed the narrative, and we have a wonderful coordinator of communication who is helping us aid in that. But we have to even knock on doors and just tell people the wonderful programs that we have. And I think if we get people to understand that we are a good public school choice, and we don't want people to, if they believe that private schools or parochial schools is what they want for their families, that's good. But we are a good public school choice too. So we had to change the narrative, tell our story, and convince people to come to us, or come back to us, especially those who've left. Come back to Cleveland Heights. We have some great programs, great staff, and we're doing a lot of great things for our kids.
Thank you. Okay, moving to the second question. Some schools are IB, some schools are STEM, some provide different opportunities or programs for students. How is the district ensuring equity between school buildings?
Good question. So I don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach. And those of you I know, when I say I don't have, I didn't birth any children, but I have about 5,500 of them. And I know that those 5,500 students each need something different. So we have to be able to create an environment for each of our children, our students, to learn at their pace. So if we want a STEM program, if we want an IB program, from career technical education program to our gifted programs, we have to be able to afford that. And I think we're doing a disservice to our students if we have this cookie-cutter approach. I don't think that's the best approach. I think it's best for us to learn from our students and to hear from them to say, how best do you learn? So for example, as we had our showcase earlier today, and I was at the, what school was that? I think it was Noble. And the students were showing their Avid notebooks. So Avid is another program which helped the kids organize. So the students said, I have my Avid notebook. And I said, well, what is in your notebook? He said, it helps me to prepare. But I can't prepare if I don't know what I need to start with.
So he took me through his notebook to show me. So those are skills. Another student may learn to prepare at home. He learned to prepare in school. So yes, we have different approaches, learning approaches that are happening, instructional models at our schools. But the district, we're making sure that we're treating all of those equitably. So have we been doing it consistently in the past? The answer is no. We've not, I can say, given as much attention to our STEM schools as we have our IB schools, but we're turning that around. I mean, they've called us out and said, you have to give us more attention. They're right. We're looking at our resources from the district level to say, when you think about equity, it's how we're allocating our resources, how we're allocating our teachers. All of those matter, and even the new principal that's now at Boulevard say, I'm a STEM school, and I need more resources, and I need these. He's absolutely right. So we've not done the best job in the past, but we're doing a better job to identify what our schools need and let the schools tell us. And then we make sure that we provide those resources for our buildings. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. So I hope that.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. You answered it. What services does the district provide for preschool and early childhood education?
Joan Sparrow asked that question. Where is she?
I think she did give it to me.
Let's just give her a shout out for Dolly Parton. Yes. So our pre-K programs, the district, again, that's why I love this district. You advocate, you tell us what we believe, what we want, and we try to make sure that we make that happen. And they stated that we wanted more pre-K programs. We recognize that early learning is important. We changed our director of early learning. If you have not met Daniel V, you need to meet Daniel V. We have 5-star rating programs to step up to quality. We've expanded and strengthened our KinderNet program. Many of our parents said they chose Cleveland Heights because of the KinderNet people that they've met. We want people out there telling the stories about our programs and introducing our young families to our schools and starting early. We're also thinking about re-imaging our schools to think, okay, it's not just a pre-K approach, it's really a birth to 5 approach. Can you imagine us going to the hospitals and when a baby is born, we have a little tiger and, a little Tiger Nation t-shirt. But it starts there. The people in our communities, we want them to know that our schools are safe schools. We have the resources. We have full day and half day pre-K programs in 3 of our schools, and we want to expand those offerings more. So if you go to our website, you can see our new website, our new improved website, because our family said that they did not like our website. And we have a lot of those resources listed there for our families.
Okay, I think I've been given the cut it signal.
Okay.
So we are out of time with tons of more questions, so I think we'll figure out how to follow up on those. But thank you. Is there anything else I need to say other than wonderful job, and thank you, Dr. Dixon, and thank you, Jen, and PTA, and everybody who came out tonight. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.